Guys, Luke here. So in this video we're just going to talk about two little skills that you can work on to get yourself out there in the waves. So maybe you've got a little spot at home where you've got some waves that you'd like to start hitting. We're just going to talk about the two things basically that I learnt first when I started riding waves, and I found them really useful. So when you're heading out there in the waves, it's best to practice in small waves. It's best to get out there and practice, just a bit of riding technique in really small conditions, so that when you've got bigger conditions, you're sort of more comfortable with it. The first thing that I really learned was in very small conditions. So you can see, like right now, tiny little waves, just very soft white water running in, a really open, big area, really comfortable kite surfing here. And so I know what's going to happen if anything goes wrong. If I lose my board, I'm just going to end up on that beach. It's just a really easy place to kite surf. So you want to find something like that with really small waves coming in. And the first thing you can learn is timing your transitions. Because when we're on flat water, if you're already comfortable riding toe side and heel side and doing your toe side heel side transitions, that's something that you should already be comfortable doing your toe side riding. When you want to get out there in the waves, definitely practice your toe side riding. But when we're on flat water, there's no real critical moment when you have to throw that transition. Normally you can sort of like see a little spot coming up and you just slowly do your transition whenever you like. But in the waves, sometimes you have to be able to perform it on cue and at exact moment, like against a wave, or right in a critical moment of the wave even. And so it's a great little thing to practice. And so the way you do it is you're just heading out there. I just like to practice on my comfortable heel side, transitioning to my comfortable toe side. We're going to be cruising out here, going like you want to sort of start slow but then increase your speed. Look for a little bit of white water coming or a little open face, and then right then you want to be able to throw that transition, bang into it, and then come back the other way, obviously bringing the kite over your head. So hopefully you can already do transitions, but it's just about getting that timing, because what you'll find is, especially when the waves start getting this big and you want to start riding them, it's awesome to be hammering out on your heels, see that wave coming, and then just lay that transition right into the face. It feels great. It's like a massive carving turn, So that's step number one. That's something that I would recommend you get out there and practice. When I was doing it, I was just going round and round and round and round and round, just hitting these little white waters, hitting them, and I found that really useful. The second thing is navigating out through the waves. So again, just in smaller conditions, just practicing your little pops. So two things when you're navigating when a wave's coming at you. If it's really small and you know that you can just sort of launch off the back of it, then you're just doing this very small pop. Waves coming, kites sort of moves a little bit higher in the sky, and you just sort of pop over it. Okay, really, really simple little pop. They'll get you in the rhythm of doing small jumps, strapless anyway, and you can just, start getting over some of those swells. If it's too big for that, so anything that looks like it's got power or too steep, then instead of trying to jump over it, all you do is bring the kite up nice and high in the sky to slow yourself down, almost to 12 o'clock, and then use your bar. Same thing, you sort of load off your back foot, but use your bar just to help you ride up onto that white water, and then dive the kite and keep going. So much like a water start, but you'll already be standing on your board. You want to see that thing coming towards you. If it's too critical, you can't hit it with speed, just slow it down by bringing the kite up. Slow yourself down by edging or sheeting out or whatever you need to do to slow down. Then you can use the kite, because it's above you, just to help lift you a little bit, just a tiny bit, as you sort of load up off the back foot and get over that white water. So when you're going out and you want to slow down and go over something, or even if you're going fast and it's something really small, think about really absorbing it with your legs. So really taking the rise and the fall of the swell with your legs so that your board can stay contact with the water. So you're basically doing two things when you're going over a little swell. One, if you want to try your little pops and jumps, it's a great time to practice, because it will throw you up into the air a little bit, so you can just get used to getting into the air with a strapless board. But two, you really want to try and keep the board on the water as much as possible, so really absorbing it with your body, all the little ups and downs, really feeling it with your legs and your body, so that you can keep contact with your rail, which is going to make it a lot easier to navigate out and stay upwind as well. Once you start leaving the water, you start moving downwind. So if it's light or you're having trouble staying upwind, you've got to keep that rail engaged and you've got to keep the board on the water. If you practice both of those things, it's going to make your wave riding a lot easier. I know that isn't wave riding, it's just preparation, but you can get out there in really small conditions and practice both of those things, and yeah, it really helped me. So I hope it helps you. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.